Hello guys, my name is Aladdin Umar. I'm a professional videographer and photographer. I'm gonna be taking you today. I'm gonna be taking you today on portrait photography using Camera Raw. Yeah, a lot of photographers, especially beginners, think it's just magic, but it's not magic using Camera Raw to color grade your pictures from start to finish. I'm going to show you this, an image of a baby's photography portrait I did about last week. So this is the flat image. You can see it's flat, like untouched. And I'm going to put you through on how to use Camera Raw to pop out colors, to control lighting, and also Camera Raw to work on your skin tone, which is very, very important. So you go to Camera Raw filter using your Adobe Photoshop. The first thing I do is to take control of the exposure dial, and there's one secret about the dial. Always try to go back and forth till you're able to get that perfect spot. If you're using the contrast dial, go back and forth till you get that beautiful spot. Every picture has a beautiful spot. So don't go looking for tutorials and you want to like edit your picture the same way the photographer used the dies, the same way you're going to use the same number you used while using exposure. You think that's the same exposure you're going to use on your picture. No, every portrait comes with a different lighting and different exposure. So all your creative direction, that is how you're going to come in Camera Raw and edit. So don't just use your pen and copy down settings and all those stuff and you think you can just snap picture and just go and use the same setting. It won't work. Don't get disappointed. So the perfect way is to make sure that you learn. So I'm going to start with the exposure. I'll go back and forth till I'm able to get it perfect. Yes, you can see as I'm moving the dial, the picture is getting brighter and darker. So you move it till you get a perfect spot. You also go to your contrast. I love my picture to be contrasting, you know. So you can also work also with a white balance, adjust the white balance, because the more you touch the dial, the more a lot of things changes, the colors, lighting, everything changes. So you should be able to adjust. I'm going to adjust my black, my whites. Saturation and vibrance, I'm not a fan of those two, but when necessary, I just apply them. So just don't move them too much, so your picture don't look artificial. So 17 is okay for my vibrance, so I take it lower, you know. So as you're taking the dial, be looking at your picture, so you don't do too much, so that picture doesn't appear so artificial. So the white balance, I'll go back to my HSL adjustment is also an important. It's also important. The oranges always affects the skin tone, orange and red, and sometimes yellow, a little bit of yellow. Also, yeah, let me just add a yellow, yeah, not too much. So you need to always take control of your dial. Make sure you're looking at your picture, your images as you're moving the dial, so your image don't appear too artificial. Don't do too much. Okay, sometimes I touch the curves, but you know, in this case I'll not be using the curves adjustment. So you go back, adjust your white balance. Like I said, you might be going back and forth with your white balance and all the other settings, so you can create a perfect image. It depends on your, like I said, it always depends on your creative direction. You know, some people want to have a contrasting image, some people want to have images with noises, so it all depends on what you want to achieve. But right here, I'm trying to achieve a portrait for a baby, you know, and also try to balance every other thing. You know, I just go back and forth, back and forth. So you can see the texture as I'm moving it. You see the face, it becomes too sharp and too artificial. So texture, clarity, and the haze, try as much as possible. Also subtle, so you don't make the image too artificial. So that's it. So like I said, I go back and forth. Yeah, you could go to the split tuning. So all these settings, all these dials, the more you practice, the better you get. The more you practice, the better you get. The more you shoot, the better you get. So that is how photography is. Nobody just wakes up and become a perfect photographer. We have a journey. There's a step-by-step guide. You need to keep shooting. You need to keep practicing. So the more you practice, the more you come up with techniques that best suits your time and your kind of photography you want to venture into. So this is the before and after. So like I said, I will go back and forth. So this, I'm just showing you how to use Camera Raw to actually color grade your picture. So that is it. You see it go back and forth, back and forth. So Camera Raw, you can actually use Camera Raw today if you're the one person that don't really want to go into editing too much, using all these things. You can just use Camera Raw and achieve everything. So that's it. You can see how the picture, this is the before, after. So like I said, the settings, you need to go back and forth with your dial, go back and forth, so that you'll be able to figure out the best setting that best suits your image. Because portrait images in different light, different weather, different environment, we always have different settings. So don't be that kind of lazy photographer that want to like just copy settings and go and use the same settings on Camera Raw. You might not be able to get that